Namaste, my beautiful soul sisters and brothers of the light. I am honored to welcome you back to this very important message. For quite some time now, I have received the guidance to discuss about the awakening of the next wave of light workers like myself. My intuition tells me that there will be a large wave of souls waking up by the year 2024, especially by Lunar New Year 2024. And these souls are very advanced in their spiritual evolutions, though they are still very young in their physical bodies here on earth. If you are watching this video, most likely you are one of them. Have you ever always wondered why you always feel somewhat different or very different most of your life? Different from your family members, from your peers in school, from the ordinary people that you observe in the supermarket or at the train stations, or very different from the characters you see in TV shows that your friends watch and talk about, those that you can hardly resonate with. Then you know deep in your heart you are here to remember who you really are, and you can feel it deep in your heart. You hold the keys and the light to ignite that magical power within you by recalling who you truly are and be the authentic you. I know that most of you could still be very young. You might be in your early 20s now. And many of you, sometimes when you look up to the night sky, wondering what is with this world, and why is everyone acting, behaving, and dressing the same way? And sometimes you can almost feel that they hold back from expressing from who they really are because of the pressure of conformity, and that conformity among your friends makes you feel rather uneasy, because that lack of authenticity is jarring against your authentic nature, and you do not wish to associate with that inauthenticity. I know you prefer anything or anyone that is real and authentic. And if you have just felt astonishingly resonate with what I just mentioned, most likely you are going to experience an awakening very, very soon, or you already are at the beginning of your remembrance journey. And this video is definitely for you, and I hope you will find this very useful when the time comes, and you will know it when it will be. Because I have been through all of that, and now I would like to share with you what are the 7 signs showing that you are waking up to your true spiritual nature, which is essentially that is who you are, a spiritual being having a physical experience on a planet going through her ascension journey. Throughout this video, you can take and absorb whatever that resonates with your heart, and you may choose to leave whichever does not. And what does not resonate now might resonate tomorrow or sometime in the future, because the truth always evolves like the consciousness of the Creator. Nothing is permanent, everything is constantly growing and evolving. Okay, so what are the signs of awakening? Number one, you start seeing and experiencing synchronicities everywhere. It can be that repeating numbers happen so often that you come to agree that those are the messages from the soul, from your higher self, trying to convey something important to you, trying to get your attention. Or it can surely be the guidance from your guardian angel. At the earliest stage, it is usually the angels and your guardian angels who are always with you, trying to send you a message so that you can focus on that and know what the meaning could be. It could be a master numbers like 1111, 2222, or 333, and so on. These numbers can repeat anywhere you go. For example, you might have a challenging day with your family and friends, and you keep receiving 2222 throughout the day or for the rest of the entire week. So this message, it can be a reminder for you to stay in harmony and look at the situations from a higher perspective and to rise above the earthly matters so you can see everything from a higher perspective, knowing that everyone is simply playing their role. Or sometimes you might be having a moment of solitude in your garden and listening to that inner voice from your heart calling out to you. You might feel that you finally know what you want in life for that soul satisfaction. And then you receive a message from a friend of yours at 11:11 on that day, and you keep seeing several times more during that week. It means that you are on the right path of growth and recalling back your power, and you might be being prepared to step into your mastery self. At the beginning, you might not know exactly the meanings behind each number, and you might have to Google them like I did, which is beautiful too, because it's showing that you are on a path of growth and learning. And over time, as your frequency rises, you might be attracting more vivid signs and orchestrated events from the archangels, from the ascended masters. It can be certain images with certain colors you see on the street, on the TV, and anywhere, or it can be the colors of the flowers associated with their qualities and light. Speaking of flowers, I have an example to share. A few weeks ago, my neighbor who works on her side job as a wedding florist, she was looking for flowers of royal blue and gold and yellow color for the wedding bouquet. And the colors happened to be the colors of the mighty Archangel Michael, who stand for the qualities of strength, courage, divine truth, communications, and the capability to stand up for others. So while searching for flowers with those color palettes, within 2 days, one day when my neighbor, she was checking out at a local supermarket, she overheard an elderly couple poking fun at someone with mental disabilities. For some reason, she decided to turn back at the couple and stood up for that vulnerable and defenseless disabled man who couldn't defend himself. I think from that example, my neighbor, she was definitely shining in the light of Archangel Michael, speaking the truth, be courageous, be strong. and stand up for others who could not defend themselves. And I think that was divinely beautiful. So as you develop certain qualities and raise your frequency higher as you go through your gradual awakening, more angelic beings will be drawn to you and wish to guide you if your soul agrees to it. So remember to look for the signs. And now we move to number 2, which is about the lightening of your diet and weight loss. So soon after the synchronicity, you might start lightening your diet, and you just do not know exactly why. First, you might start losing appetite for heavy meats like red meat, and start shifting to lighter options like seafood or sometimes chicken. And depending on the unique body that you have, you might soon shift to vegetarian diet, which is a lot lighter. And during this time, you might noticing your body is shredding away the excess layers. And this is important because your body starts purging the heaviness from the food that you eat the past 20 plus years or more. And this is among the first level of lightening and purifications for your bodies on all levels. And of course, physical level first. And as you become a vegetarian, you are always more drawn to fresh and organic fruits and vegetables. Sometimes your breakfast might become almost liquid based. And depending on how you adjust in your spiritual progress, how quickly they are, you might soon choose to leave out dairy options and become almost vegan, so that you can better purify and develop more light in your body. And this is the stage where you would choose to eat mostly organic and eat fresh, nourishing food that you know your bodies well deserve. You will also love yourself a lot more. And that self-love starts with eating in alignment with your spiritual self, your higher self, which is the true essence of you. And that leads us to number 3. You are more drawn to spiritual and new age books. You might be a reader already or not. Whichever the case, you will be guided to pick up certain spiritual books to begin your remembrance journey. It might be books about LightWorkers, Star Seeds, Past Life Regressions by Dolores Cannons, or recently Sarah Cosma, or books about crystal healing technology, ancient civilizations like Atlantis and Lemuria, or about ancient texts, all which would never interest you in the past, but all of a sudden, your bookshelf will be full of new age, spiritual, and metaphysic books. You might find yourself stocking up more and more, and soon enough, your bookshelves, your home will start resembling a mini local new age library, which is perfect. Because spiritual books, they do carry a higher vibrations and frequency, and if you fill your space with such books, your entire space will be filled with higher frequency as well. This also means you would rather go to new age bookstores or crystal shop instead of traditional ones, like how you would normally do in the past. And now we're at number 4. Most likely, you will be more connected to Mother Nature, to the healing power of the sun, and you will be more open to loving animals and plants. You will notice that you will start having more indoor and outdoor plants, because as your consciousness expands, your heart center expands first, and you can feel more love for all living beings, for all plants and animals. And you will see yourself spending more time in nature among the plants and the animals, because you can feel the love within and without. You will feel more joy and peace being around the plants and the animals. And you will also start noticing the healing miracles from Mother Nature, from earthing, from breath work, or from simple meditations you can do in nature. And you will also appreciate the sun and the healing power of the sun on our energetic centers or the chakras, especially the opening of the heart, the third eye, and the crown, which are the three most important chakras when you first start awakening experience. And now, with your expanded consciousness, you know that everything is alive and has consciousness and the capacity to store informations. You will be attracted to mysterious energy of other forms of living, such as crystals, which brings us to number 5. You will be attracted and connected to crystals. As we know, planet Earth is very rich in minerals and stones. When you become interested in the spiritual history of Earth and its intergalactic nature, you are drawn to work with the energy of crystals. Crystals are living beings as well, because they are capable of storing light, which is informations. You are certainly drawn to certain crystals of certain colors, which your chakras will resonate with the most at that time. Sometimes when you feel like you need an energy that feels softening, soothing, and loving, you tend to be drawn to rose quartz. Or if you feel like you need some focus and concentrations and purifications, you might be drawn to rainbow fluorite. And usually for most people, when they first experience their awakening, the stone they choose is likely to be amethyst, with violet color, of course, and this is the color of the crown chakra of the 7 chakra system. And it's also the color of pathway to spiritual connections. And since you will start having more crystal with you, you will also start meditating with your crystals and wearing crystals as jewelry and carrying them with you in your pockets everywhere you go, like how I do. And you might even develop your own spiritual ritual during the day or night, which brings us to number 6. You develop your own spiritual rituals. Up to this stage, you would have read several spiritual books and made some spiritual connections, and you are surrounded by spiritual books, plants, crystals, and spend most of your time in nature, under the sun, on beautiful days, of course, which is what I did, and I'm still doing it. And you might also develop your own morning rituals, which can be a morning yoga routine to integrate your body, mind, and spirit, followed by perhaps a chakra meditations and a purification rituals. And you might also be drawn to other forms of holistic mind, body, spirit forms of exercise, such as Qigong or Tai Chi. Now, you might have some connections with more spiritual people as well. And this is natural because of the frequency that you radiate out. Like attracts like. Some of your new spiritual friends might even recommend you other forms of spiritual practices, such as shamanic, plant medicine, or breath work. which is becoming very, very popular now. And your world would have shifted significantly that your old friends, your old circle of friends, sometimes find it hard to connect with you now. Simply your energy, your frequency has risen so much by now. And this leads us to number 7, which is the shifting of your social circle, and you might feel the urge to change others, those who are around you. Due to the mismatch of frequency and the shift in lifestyle, you tend to make some realignments in your social circle. Because you radiate peace, love, and joy, and that divine connections with the spirit, with your soul most of your time, you tend to make more conscious choices in your daily life, starting from your thoughts, your words, your actions. You might also start shifting your living space and workplace as well. And you might even want to find other type of works that brings you more joy and soul satisfactions. And this can happen at different stages for different people, of course, because everyone is unique. And high frequency lead to higher vibrational choices and hence higher frequency reality for you. Though every now and then you do encounter low frequency beings who might long to seek comfort in your light and be closer to you. Your natural healing and loving state of being will attract quite a lot of number with energetic imbalances or blockages that need to be worked on. And they tend to trust you very quickly and wish to seek some comfort from your energy. And by now, you might have recognized that you are quite an empath and a healer yourself. You can hold space for others by listening to them, sharing your empathy with others, but you could also remind others that everything served is higher purpose and that his or her soul knows what is the best for themselves. So just getting into some quiet space, spend some time in solitude and tune into themselves to listen for the highest guidance for their highest good. This way, you will hear them sincerely and you would give them the most soulful piece of advice. And indeed, the most relatable wisdom comes from within individually, because every soul journey is unique. Quite certainly, many of you here, would be able to see through the irony and the illusions of the old paradigm, which is falling apart right now. Your loving and healer instincts might prompt you trying to change others to be like you, because you are a healer and you want to change the world. And this could start with your immediate family and friends. However, you might feel very frustrated because those around you, they could only perceive from their level of consciousness, which might not be anywhere near yours quite yet. What I can advise you is that just be patient and be understanding that each journey is very unique and no one knows better than his or her soul. And the best thing is to let others be and learn from their own experiences and lessons. That way, we do not intervene with their learning and we do not take on their karmas, and our precious energy stays protected so that we can perform more important and beautiful roles in this spiritual world. And once you understand your energy hygiene and protections, which is important, you would prefer to spend time in solitude to heal and to connect with your higher self, the monads. You know that you are a mighty and powerful being. When you tune into your heart, your soul, and even higher, the higher aspect of yourself, your monad, you will know that everything you need is always available to you, and you will focus within yourself, and you know that the power truly comes from within. And the day when everyone else is confused and needs some forms of guidance, you know that it will be the day your glorious light from within will shine, illuminating the path for others, and that is truly the service for the divine. And this is also what you had agreed to do for this world. You will know when it will be, and you are never alone. There are millions of us around the planet Earth right now, and you can tell who is one of us. The frequency does not lie, and you can feel it in your heart. So be strong, be courageous, and be authentic. Your love for this planet and humanity is your power, and it is always here. You do not have to explain to others or change others. No. Just let them be and let them feel within their hearts. When it's their time, it will be their time. And we are in this together. And importantly, remember this, whatever happens in the coming weeks, be assured that it is meant for the accelerations of this planet into the new golden age. Trust that everything serves its higher purpose. Everything is part of the divine experiments, and we are part of this. So let's enjoy the show. I hope my messages resonate deeply into your heart, deeply into your cells and your DNA, and you might feel some activations. So much love and gratitude. Thank you for coming into this world with all of us. Thank you for volunteering. Thank you for your light and love. I will see you in the next video.